Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So today what I want to do is take apart a few of these old phones. Find them sometimes on garbage day, and the nice thing about these phones is that they are 100% scrappable. I could bring them in as is and get electronic weight price, which is about 5 cents a pound, so better than nothing and way better than going into the landfill. However, before I do so, they do have a few goodies on them that I do want to take off. There is a little bit of mixed wire on this that comes from the cable. As well, there is some gold from the phone jack. So, gonna show you how to take it apart, show you how to separate it. Nice thing is once I remove that gold, I can still close them back up, bring the rest of it in as e-waste price. So that is great. But gonna show you how to take it apart and maximize your profit. So here we go, just gonna show you a few styles. Obviously, they come in different sizes. And I do also wanna say that this one is in good condition. I actually do have several of these that I've brought to my schools. I give them to the JK, SK classes, and they use it in their playtime or center time for their imagination. So that's great that they have these. And you can see, obviously, the big numbers on here. That's great for them. But several of these different ones, the phone jack is where the gold is. And you can see I have already taken out a few of my gold pins. Any type of electronic that has a phone jack is going to have gold-plated prongs. It's not solid gold, but it is still gold. And what I do with that is I will save it up. If you are not into refining it yourself, you can sell it per container. People are looking for it on Kijiji to refine it themselves. Or there are places like boardsort.com that will buy gold-plated prongs as well as other ram sticks and stuff. But just gonna focus on this one right now. There are a few screws in the bottom. Just gonna remove those. So there we go. So that's the first thing. 3 different screws. And I am going to keep my screws on here because as soon as I'm done opening it up, taking out the gold, just going to close it right back up and get that e-waste price. So again, want to make sure I leave as much on there as possible, leave it as undisturbed as possible. But there is actually on this phone 2 phone jacks. There's going to be one portal here. You can see just if I turn that, hopefully I can get that in the light, but right in there, a little bit of gold. On the bottom as well, there's going to be a little bit of gold. And as well, right there, you can see, hopefully, the angle, the light. I want to try and catch the sun on there, but there's another part on the bottom there, a couple different prongs. And the nice thing is, too, is your phone jack, also, the cable does have a little bit of gold in there. There is not a lot of gold in there. I don't actually remove that gold. What I do is I will actually just cut this entire thing off, and I get about 16 cents a pound at the scrapyard. This wire here, inside, you can see not much copper recovery, as well as the little coil here. So I actually put this into a bag. I get low-grade wire, currently about 35 cents a pound. And this is all types of wire I get from inside my circuit boards, different electronic and appliances. It all goes in one bag. So you do want to make sure that you separate this from your appliance wire. That is your 40% and your 60% at a scrapyard, because if this stuff is thrown in there, you are going to get downgraded. But again, little copper recovery in there. And this one too has a little bit of gold on that phone jack as well. And as mentioned, this is all gold plated, so it's not solid gold, but there the screws are removed. You can see inside 2 little circuit boards in here. There is where my phone jack is, and as well on the bottom, this one right here. So just gonna start taking that one out. I'm gonna put on some safety glasses. I do also wanna just make sure that it is just connected by a little prong or pin. So just gonna pop it up because I wanna remove this pronged piece here. Okay, so there we go, those prongs are gone. Pick that up. There we go. So, just gonna cut this now. And this circuit board, if you are into micro scrapping, there are a few different goodies on here. There's some IC chips on here. There's a few ceramic ceramic capacitors on here as well. And again, it depends on the scrapper. I could just bring this in for e-waste price, but people do micro scrap, and I do have a full breakdown video on showing you what or how to separate these, what types of precious metals are in there, and I will include the link to that video in my description. But there is my gold, and all I'm going to do right now is take my side cutters again, and I'm just going to actually just cut the top a little bit, just so I have it exposed that I can grab the fingers. Okay, so there they are right there. I just cut the top off that, and all I'm going to do is just feed this right through and grab. There you go. There is one prong there. Put that in my pile. Okay, and there's only 2 of them in here, so better than nothing. Okay, and again, I did not take that much out of this, so I'm not going to lose a lot of weight from removing this little piece of phone jack. But there is my plastic. There is, again, another gold-plated prong. Just going to cut that little piece of plastic off there. There it is. So it all adds up. I do have to cut that little wire off, but again, a nice gold-plated prong. Okay, and that's going to be on that phone jack too. Same method, going to get that. There is actually a piece of weight here. This, I believe, is, if I put a magnet to it, that is going to be a little piece of cast aluminum. I'm actually going to take that out. Cast aluminum right now going for 85 cents a pound, so it's just secured by a screw, but I will just remove that, close this back up after I get this little bit of gold, and get e-waste price for the rest of this. This one here did have a battery. These batteries right now, household batteries like this, I want to make sure I get those not only for environmental impact, but household batteries like this are currently paying at a scrapyard 10 cents a pound. So I do have a nice battery bin that I will put these into, so you do want to check. And scrapyards do change with batteries. There are different categories. You do have to make sure you separate them. And I will include a link to that video as well in my description. But 10 cents a pound for these. That's nice. This one, I am curious about this one. A few screws on the bottom here too. Probably going to be the same method. There is the phone jack on the bottom. But I'm hoping that this top is just going to, or bottom's just going to pop off from taking off that screw. There we go. Another one. Very easy to see. There again is a little bit of that cast aluminum as well. But few screws on here. Gonna just remove those just to show you what's inside. Again, a little bit of wire. This wire is what I was talking about again. A little bit of mixed wire, low-grade wire. Gonna get the 35 cents a pound. Cut a little bit of that off. I'm not gonna cut it all, but I do want to open this up just to show you what's inside, because I'm curious too. I don't get a lot of them that are the single phone like this. I actually believe we had one like that in our house growing up. So there he is, small little speaker that you have here. Does have a few screws around it as well, but not much in here. Now I'm curious again. Second layer, let's get that layer off as well. I might have to actually, there's a couple screws in there that I'm going to have to get to because they are heavily, heavily corroded, you see there. So I'm just going to leave this one as is because I want to just get that phone jack. There it is right there. You can actually see the gold that's protruding right through the plastic. So that I will get right now. Just move this phone jack out of the way. Again, a little bit more wire. Gonna grab this with a flathead screwdriver. Just gonna put that underneath, hit that plastic. Okay, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, it's just gonna pry itself up. And this actually, I can see some pretty good gold on here. Look at that. Look at the nice gold glistening on there. So just gonna pull those out and again, add that to my pile. Okay, and while I'm on the topic, all these phones obviously are gonna be the same thing, but a lot of people have asked me, beginner scrappers, other places to find gold. So again, anytime you have your phone jacks like this or USB ports, this actually came out of a router, but 4 different ports here. And just gonna show you, I've already snipped it off. There's a little bit of e-waste still on there, but just gonna turn it. there you can see the little prongs. Those are little, the soldering. And all I'm going to do for this is I'm just going to grab one just for this video. Okay, but I'll pull this single one out. Sometimes you will have some of your ports that have 4 strands of gold. Some will be 2. This one, you can hopefully see if I turn that into the light there. This one has about 6. So just going to show you, grabbing it from the bottom. Okay, and the nice thing about this is once I just pull up, it's just going to come with the circuit board. Okay, as long as I have a little bit of that prong. So there we go. Look how long those are. Okay, so just going to fold those up. Look at all that gold. So again, just going to cut from the base here. And I'm just going to grab it from the bottom. And I'm going to slide it outwards. So there you go. Look at that. There's 2 there. Okay, I find grabbing them from the bottom and working them out backwards is actually easier to do. So there you go. Don't want to drop any of these on the floor. Okay, I can work it the other way. There you go. It does come out, so no problem. But there you go. Very easy to do. Look at that nice gold. I do put it in a nice vial. I do lastly want to show this one. This is a little bit more complex. This is a fax, I believe, as well as a phone. And I'm not going to remove the whole bottom to it, but I did want to show the top. The top does have some nice circuit board material in there. So again, some nice low-grade mixed wire. It does have a transformer right here. It does have a few transformers here that have copper winding. So I will actually remove this top. I will get that circuit board, get that copper out, as well as the back there does have, you could see, an aluminum heat sink. So that's what that metallic look is, glistening in the sun there. But once I remove those 3 goodies off of there, again, I will just close this right back up and I will get the full e-waste price. There is my phone jacks on the bottom too that I'm going to get that gold. But again, very short video. Wanted to show phones. I do still find them 100% scrappable as mentioned. Mixed wire, so cut this off. Get that gold and the rest of it, close it back up, get your e-waste price. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, I love working with this scrapping community. Keep the questions and comments coming. You know, I get back to people as quick as I can. And it also helps encourage further and future videos and things to look at. So thank you again. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.